David, by the time you play Manchester United, it'll be nearly 2 weeks since you faced Bournemouth. I know you would rather have been playing in that time, but at the same time, how useful has that break been for you?
Well, it's quite strange this year because we're getting breaks when we probably don't want them or don't need them, but only got ourselves to blame. Get knocked out the FA Cup on penalties, so nobody to blame but ourselves.
Obviously, no Jake O'Brien this weekend as well. What do you weigh up when deciding who's going to replace him? Because obviously James Garner can move there from midfield, and you do have options there, but there's also Nathan Patterson, and I don't know, is Seamus Coleman fit and available?
Yeah,
as well?
Seamus is fit and available as well. So we've got people we can choose. So we'll move on from it. You get sent off, and these things happen.
You're on 37 points now, just 3 points off what used to be the magical mark of 40. What indication of progress is that for you?
Well, I think it's a big progress on certainly on recent seasons, and we've probably got to a points total a little bit quicker than maybe we have done in the past. But we want to keep it going. We don't want to let it slip now. We want to keep going, and we want to try and challenge for the positions higher up the league if we can. So we want that to continue.
How different a Manchester United are you facing now under the charge of Michael Carrick, obviously, compared to what you faced at Old Trafford earlier this season?
Well, I don't think there's any player changes, that's for sure. I think it's roughly the same players just about as what Ruben had when he was in charge. I think Michael's come in and done a brilliant job. I really do. I think he's sort of freshened the players up with the looks of it, and certainly freshened up the support as well in the way they're getting some victories.
And just to reflect on that famous win earlier this season, how stressful was it? Because you obviously had Seamus Coleman going off early to deal with. Then it was the altercation between Michael and Idrissa, but at the same time you then went on and took all 3 points.
Yeah, seems a long time ago, but it was a hugely important 3 points because you have to try and pick up wins when you can, and it didn't look likely on the night when we went down to 10 men, and we got a really good goal. Kieran, I think it was, who got the good goal that night, and we done well enough to hang on to it. So it was really important 3 points, and these 3 points coming up are important again.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Finny. We'll go to Simon at Premier League Productions.
How you doing, Simon?
Good, thank you. You managed Michael for a while as well. Did you ever see this in him? I mean, he's the consummate pro, isn't he? Did you ever expect
he was a really good professional, and I think I was more impressed with the work he's done when he was at Middlesbrough. I think he's done a great job when he was at Middlesbrough, and his team has played good stuff, and I thought he'd done very well there. So he's gone into the job and looks as if he's doing it in a calm manner and going about the job very well.
Has he ever been in touch with you at any point?
No, I spoke to Michael in the summer about a couple of things, but it was just really about a player and different things. So, but nothing else.
10 years seems like a lifetime ago now. That's how, it's probably just over that, isn't it, since you were at Manchester United. How would you say you've changed between then and now?
It's way life takes it, isn't it? Everything in life's always going to be very good. I had a great time there, even though it lasted a very short period. But I also had things that I wish I could have done better, and and if I got another go at it, then I think I would have done things slightly different. But that's what happens, when you always look back at things, you always think how you might have changed it. But overall, I really enjoyed my experience of managing there.
I meant more how you've changed as a person from now to
yeah, in some ways, I think I'm probably in as good a place as I've been, but I'm also in a place which I know I want to work and I want to be there, and the people want me here as well. So that makes me feel much more welcome, and I enjoy my work here. I think I'm more experienced. I've had other moments in football, I've had a chance to win a trophy in Europe. I've got to some semi-finals and quarter-finals. I've seen other things in my time in Spain, etc. So I think I'm probably sitting here much more experienced than, say, I was 10 or 12 years ago, however long ago it was.
We know you've still got an edge, which we'll try never to step out of the line for, because we don't want to be on the wrong side of it. But would you say you're a much more, I suppose, relaxed person and more comfortable?
Yeah, I believe I am, but others might say not. Probably my wife might not say not, but overall, yeah, I think with age you do. Like, I think most people in life will tell you sort of mellow a little bit. But the big thing here is keep your energy up, keep the focus, keep doing the right things. I'm seeing people like Martin O'Neill going back into the job at Celtic, and I think Martin's 72 or 73. So I feel young again, that's for sure. and there is a little bit of resurgence of sort of more experienced managers just beginning to pop their head up again, and I don't feel that old at the moment. I feel young, and the players I work with make me young as well.
And talking of energy, just finally for me, the fans are looking to bring it on Monday night. They're planning on loads of banners and flags and atmosphere to get it up to scratch. What difference could that make for you and the players?
It will be hugely helpful, and it will be hugely appreciated if they do, because anything we can get at the moment to help us, because at home at the moment it's felt difficult for whatever reason that may be. I think there's a lot of generalisations I can say, which I've probably said in many interviews. New home, it's never that easy. New surroundings, other teams enjoying it, all those things. But the people who make football clubs are the supporters, and inside the stadium they're the ones who make the big difference. And if they can help make a difference on Monday night, that'll be very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. We'll go to Ian at Radio Merseyside.
Hi, David.
Hi, Ian.
You spoke there about the importance of the 3 points at Old Trafford earlier on this season, but aside from the 3 points, how significant was it in terms of the belief that it can give a team and the players that they belong on a stage like that and at that end of the table?
Well, I think the big thing I've wanted us to do here at Everton was to make sure that we were competitive with the so-called bigger teams, or the teams who are near the top of the league. And I think we've tried to do that. We've not won all the games we've done it, but I think we have been competitive. On the night we were. On the night we showed resilience. But it was a huge win for us at the time, because we were sort of trying to keep up with everybody. And we have been all season. We've been trying to sort of retain our position, a strong position. And in the main we've done so. We've had 1 or 2 blips. But obviously the 3 points on that night at Old Trafford was a huge boost for us.
And obviously you want to stay in that mix for European places possibly, but how difficult is it? We saw Wolves against Arsenal in midweek. I mean, has the Premier League ever been this competitive?
I've been laughing at quite a few of the people who've been talking about it, and I've been listening to it, and I'm thinking, unless you're actually sitting in the seat as the manager of one of the clubs, you're not understanding how difficult the games are, the level of the games, the teams. We played Wolves here a few weeks ago and we got a draw. We played Leeds here, we could only draw. We played teams where maybe you think, even Bournemouth, where we lost to. People are thinking that you'll turn up and you'll roll these teams over. The games are so difficult at the moment. And yeah, by the way, there is 1 or 2 teams who might blow all the teams away in the league. There might be, but in the main, most of the teams have been very competitive. Very little between them. Before we played Bournemouth, I think Bournemouth were really unlucky not to beat Aston Villa at home. And Aston Villa got a draw out, I think, and ended up coming up here. We thought we were a bit unlucky not to beat Bournemouth on the night, but they ended up turning us over. So the games are very close and pretty unpredictable at the moment.
And that's why it's difficult for aside from the top 3 or 4 teams, to be able to put 3 or 4 wins together. It's just so difficult.
It is, and I'm sort of looking and saying, no, going to Wolves, why would it be easy for Arsenal to just turn up and think that they're going to do that? And now everybody thinks Man City's going to win all the games between now and the end of the season. They may well do, but I think you've got to forget, what I've said is there's a lot of teams in the Premier League who are showing good form and very hard to beat.
Thanks, Ian. We'll go to Carl at the Press Association.
Just following on from that, David. Hi, David.
Yeah.
You spoke about how difficult the Premier League is, but I'm just wondering, this sort of spell you're now entering, the next 9 games, I think you play 5 of the top current 6.
Mm-hmm.
How crucial a spell is that going to be for you, and how difficult will it be?
Yeah, well, it depends how crucial you're looking at it and you're thinking about it. Is it? I think this time last year, the 9 games I had to play, I'd have been saying, my goodness, how am I going to get any wins to stay in the Premier League? I think we've probably got over that completely. I think the challenge now is, can we change mentality? Can we change the whole direction we're going in? Well, we're not going to be that team anymore. We're not planning to be a team who's fighting relegation. We're a team who are planning to try and challenge the teams in Europe. And to do that, I said it a few weeks ago, we're going to have to win some big games in the run-in. I don't know if we're quite in the word run-in yet. I don't know when the run-in might begin, but I would think it was probably maybe when you got under 10 games, maybe down to 9 or 8 games, something like that. I might call that the run-in possibly. But I know what you mean at the moment. We're in a batch of big games. Look, we'll get everybody fit, bar Jack Grealish. so we're probably in as good a physical shape as far as that goes. We've got a bit of disruption with game times, when we're playing. We might have 10 or 12 days off, or we might have different bits in this part of the season. Then suddenly we might have 3 games in 8 days. So we've not got a particularly consistent calendar regarding the games, but we've certainly got hard games to come.
Thanks, Carl. We'll go to Will.
Hi, David. Just ask how the last 2 weeks, the sort of time off has been for the squads. There's been a bit of time off and just time to work stuff on the training grounds as well.
Yeah, all of that. It's actually not easy for a manager when you get the long periods off, because it's not what we're planning. Sometimes in the scheduling changes. Even this game, we're on to Monday instead of maybe a Saturday or a Sunday possibly. But all that changes as well. So yeah, we've had all what you've said.
I know he said after Bournemouth that maybe Ilman Dye come back a little bit slow from AFCON. Do you think he's one who will benefit from this break, and just a kind of gay as well?
I hope so. I think that hopefully they've now got themselves back into the speed of it. I thought both of them had started to pick up a little bit in the last game. Both started to show they were getting back more to what I felt the speed of the Premier League and the intensity of what's required here.
Can I just ask about Tyler Diblin? He was 20 earlier this week, I think. Tyler Diblin.
Yeah.
I mean,
20.
Didn't even know it
he's
myself.
20, and I know he came in for a fee, but it's easy to forget how young he is at 20. You look up, say, where Dye was, or Jack Grealish was, Kieran before, was it? At 20.
Yeah.
To 200 miles away. Is it just that sort of things have to take into account?
I think it's one who we're saying is we think we've got a really good talented player on our hands. We need him to develop and get used to us a little bit. He'll probably need a bit of time, and even me looking towards the start of next season, what I'm saying, pre-season friendlies, etc. All those things will help get him more established than when we got him in. But look, he's beginning to learn a lot more about us. He'll get game time, I'm sure, between now and the end of the season. So it's good. I didn't realise it was his birthday. I feel terrible now because I didn't realise it. Yeah. He's a quiet boy, as you can see.